All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. You know, if you haven't already subscribed, like the video because it's gonna be a good one, and in the comment section, give me some more ideas for some videos. I have an ongoing series right now called "The Greatest of All Time." First video was DMX, second video was Nas, and do more on many other rappers and athletes and whomever, and make a case for them why they should be considered the greatest of all time, or at least in the conversation. But this video is going to be talking about fanboys, okay? Fanboys and what's wrong being a fanboy, how you shouldn't be a fanboy. And I got this idea for a video by doing the Nas video, because in the Nas video, I touched on, the beef he had with JayZ, and I called it the Mr. Incredible syndrome dynamic, okay? Well, you don't know what I'm referring to is the movie Incredibles, okay? Well, you grew up in the early 2000s, you've probably seen it. Okay, Mr. Incredible, of course, is a superhero, had super strength, and all that. And there's this kid in the movie named Buddy Pines, and he was the self-proclaimed #1 fan of Mr. Incredible. He had him on a pedestal. He worshipped him. Wanted to be a sidekick. Wanted to be a sidekick, and his poster had his posters, and comics, and everything. And Mr. Incredible rejected him and said, "Go home, buddy, and I work alone." And after that, as you're about to see in this next clip, he grew up to hate Mr. Incredible because of that. Okay, and I'm going to let the clip play.
That ship has sailed.
All I wanted was to help you.
I only wanted to help. And what did you say to me?
Fly home, buddy. I work alone.
It tore me apart. But I learned an important lesson. You can't count on anyone, especially your heroes.
Now, did y'all hear that? Y'all see that? Mr. Incredible rejected him, so go home, buddy. I work alone. What did he do? The first thing he did, he went home and tore down his Mr. Incredible poster.
What did you say to me?
Fly home, buddy. I work alone.
It tore...
You see his room? See all these Mr. Incredible action figures and cars and comic books he has? He even has his own mini Mr. Incredible suit. He worshipped him. He was a big fanboy. You should not be a fanboy of anybody, male, female, whatever. The only thing you should have on a pedestal is the Most High. Nothing on the flesh should be, nothing in the physical life should be put on a pedestal. The physical world should be put on a pedestal. Nothing. As you see here, he tore it down. He saw a spotlight on it. He was a big time fan of Mr. Incredible, and he rejected him, became hurt. Okay, and the reason I brought that up is because that's what happened. That was the dynamic between JayZ and Nas. JayZ had Nas on a pedestal. Okay, here's Buddy Pines, or AKA Syndrome, as a kid. In the car, Mr. Incredible. Obviously, he grew up to be evil because he rejected Mr. Incredible. Why? Or he was rejected by Mr. Incredible because he was a fanboy. Okay, that brings us to this, JayZ Nas, and I apologize for the picture being fuzzy, but it's an old picture. It's the best one I could find. Most hip-hop heads have seen this picture, Nas with the QB chain on, and Jay with the Notorious B.I.G. sweater on. But yeah, JayZ was a fan of Nas. Even though JayZ's 4 years older, Nas blew up in the hip-hop world before JayZ did. And Jay's been around since the late 80s, but Nas blew up before him. He blew up, obviously, the main source song, Live at the Barbecue, the feature, which led to Illmatic, one of the greatest hip-hop albums of all time. Nas blew up in the hip-hop world way before Jay did. And Jay came 2 years later in '96 with Reasonable Doubt. But Jay clearly was influenced by Nas. Anybody that listened to Jay before, Reasonable Doubt, before Nas, and to Jay-Z after, Jay-Z is one of those fast-paced rappers, tongue-twisting type rappers. Okay, after Nas, Jay-Z slowed down his flow. That's when he became, Dead Presidents and all that. Okay, and of course Nas didn't come up with that flow. That came with Rakim. But Nas, excuse me. And of course Nas kind of reinvented it and borrowed it per se. But yeah, Jay had Nas on a pedestal. He was a fan of him, and of course he rejected him. And according to Carmen Bryan, Nas's baby mama, when she went to Jay-Z's apartment in Manhattan, Jay-Z had Nas posters and Nas records on vinyl. And according to Carmen, Jay asked her what was Nas' favorite position to hit. Think about that now. Jay asked her what was Nas' favorite position to hit. Why would you ask a female, what her ex's favorite position to hit? That's kind of disturbing, right? And the fact that it was Nas's baby mama and JayZ, of course, was a fan of Nas. That makes it even more weird. Like, you want to sleep with a dude who you want to sleep with a female who's the ex or the baby mama to your favorite player or favorite athlete, or excuse me, favorite rapper. I'm sorry. I got ESPN on my screen, my TV screen right now, so I'm getting distracted. But yeah, that's not disturbing to anybody else. So Carmen stated she got disturbed by that. Nas probably found out about it, and he was like, "Hell no, I'm not fucking with this weird ass nigga." Okay, obviously you see here Jay with the Source magazine, I believe, and Nas on the cover. JayZ, you could say, had a borderline homosexual, infatuation with Nas. Just the fact that he got with Nas's baby mama, his ex, and then asked her what's his favorite position to hit. A little disturbing. Okay? And now, obviously, this is Lil Wayne and Young Thug. Lil Wayne and Thug also have that dynamic, that Mr. Incredible syndrome dynamic. Of course, we all know, anybody who knows anything, Young Thug, has stated many times that Lil Wayne was his favorite rapper, his main influence, and he wouldn't be here if it weren't for Lil Wayne and whatnot. And of course, he was signed by Birdman. He was put on by Birdman, who also put on Lil Wayne. And they were cool at first, but then, Thug, named his mixtape the Barter Six and all this stuff. I think Lil Wayne detected, this little unhealthy, disturbing infatuation Thug had with him, and cut him off. So I didn't mess with him. Of course, there are other factors that go into that, but not really gonna get into that. But that's not the point. The point of the video is you shouldn't be a fanboy, which Thugger clearly is of Wayne. Okay, now this is the most recent example of the Mr. Incredible syndrome dynamic with Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly, aka MGK. Of course, MGK has been showing Eminem love for all these years, talking about Eminem, DMX, and Ludacris got him into hip hop, and Eminem's the GOAT and the rap god, all this shit. Then MGK says something about Eminem's daughter, talking about she's so fine and blah, blah, blah. All this shit. And of course, Eminem, anybody knows his history with beefs, Haley's the person that crossed the line. If you mention Haley's name, she got hell to pay, okay? Ask Ja Rule. Ask Ja Rule how that turned out. And we got his whole D12 crew on, Ja Rule and the Murder Inc. niggas. But anyway, but then, of course, Eminem was dissed MGK on his Kamikaze album, and MGK responded with Rap Devil, which was a good diss track. I'm not gonna lie, a good diss track. And Eminem responded with Kill Shot, which was an even better diss track, and well, yeah, Eminem won. MGK went on the Breakfast Club and admitted Eminem won. Okay, MGK. Now, and isn't it ironic? MGK and Young Thug have done songs together, and both those guys, just like Lil Wayne. Remember back in the day, Lil Wayne and Eminem did songs together. They were on Forever with Drake and Kanye, and then who was it? Wayne. Did Wayne do the song "Drop the World" featuring Eminem? And Eminem did a song "No Love, No Mercy" or whatever it was, and Wayne was featured on that. And now you got Young Thug and MGK doing that shit. I bet MGK and Thug would be like, how come our daddies don't love us? But, yeah, that's the point of this video. Don't be a fanboy. You're going to get butthurt and heartbroken. You shouldn't really be over somebody you don't even know. So I'll see y'all next video.